Alright, in this video I'm going to talk about the Salerno process of how they sleeve these barrels. Now as you see, to the left is the original 10.4 millimeter, and then to the right is a barrel re-sleeved to the 6.5 Carcano. As you notice, quite a considerable difference in the bore size, okay? And the only thing, I have an illustration. We will go and look at it, and I'll explain how this process was carried out with the illustration from a book. Okay, from what I understand, what they would do is take the old barrel off. They would drill it in 3 steps through the rifling, the area in front of the chamber, and the chamber area. Then a sleeve would be dropped in, okay, stepped to match where it was drilled out, and then with a hydraulic machine they would run this hardened steel rod with a little ball on the end, and as that ball would go through the small center hole, it would expand outwards cylindrically the sleeve, and they would keep running a bigger progressive ball through that small bore until they expanded the sleeve out to more or less be pressed. Instead of like pressing in a bearing, they put it in loose and expand it to obtain the press fit. There is no epoxying, there is no brazing or soldering like the old muskets for the trapdoors were done, and there's no epoxy put in there like a lot of the modern day rebarreling, resleeving. The interesting thing about this process is that it saved a lot of money. The British actually came and watched the Italians do it. They were thinking of using this process to rework their shot-out machine gun barrels, and it would save them millions of pounds adopting this process instead of manufacturing a whole complete new barrel. So that is basically how they converted these. I believe it encompassed taking the barrel off like we've seen in the other video, removing the sights, the bayonet lug. And then once you had the liner pressed in and set, then you would cut the rifling, bore it out, cut the rifling, and cut the chamber just like if it was a barrel blank. So it's a pretty ingenious process, and they converted a lot of weapons very quickly using this process, and got them out to the front line to help avoid the crisis. But that is the process on how they rebarreled or relined the barrel and changed the caliber on this particular gun.